Welcome to the Work Smarter podcast, where I get to interview innovative lawyers about how they work smarter, not harder. My name is Tom Martin. I'll be your host. Our guest today is Conti Moore of the Conti Moore Law Firm. Really excited to introduce you to her. Conti.
Thank you for having me, Tom. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and I'd like to learn a little bit more and share that with our listeners and watchers about your firm. Now, you're based in Orlando, Florida, right?
That's correct. So, my firm is a boutique firm. We only practice family law, so divorce, child custody, modifications, child support, those issues. And we take cases throughout Central Florida, so Orlando and surrounding counties.
So, if you could share with me a little bit about how you were founded and why you became interested in family law.
My firm was founded in 2012. I wanted to work for myself. I grew up around entrepreneurs, and I always knew that I wanted to not have to clock in or work for anyone else. So I started my career after law school. I went and worked for a large firm in Las Vegas for 3.5 years to kind of learn the ropes. And then I started a firm with some friends, and then eventually started my own practice in 2012. For family law, I came from divorced parents. I want to help people divorce without tearing apart the family. You can co-parent, you can move forward, you can move on, and you can still have respect for the other parent and to make sure that your child will be able to get the best from both of you.
And I think that's what we all hope for is a smooth transition, not one that damages the family, especially when there's kids involved.
Absolutely.
Well, that's an inspiring story. I'd like to learn a little bit more about what makes your law firm different, and it's probably inspired by that, um, influence that you have. But if you could tell me a little bit about that, I'm sure you get asked all the time, what makes your law firm different?
So in undergrad, my grandfather told me that even though I planned to go to law school, my plan B had to be as good as my plan A. So I was a computer information systems major at Florida A&M University. And so what separates my firm from other firms is that we're high tech, high touch. A lot of law firms do not embrace technology at all for whatever reason, and I do. So we really focus on using technology, but also trying to make sure that we maintain high touch and a great client experience as well. So high tech, high touch. Most law firms are low tech and even low touch, and so we try to excel in both of those areas.
So would you mind sharing with us a unique story about a case that has been impactful to you?
There was a case where a mother we represented the father, where a mother said that I'm not going to let you see your child until the court orders me to do it. And she said it time and time and time again in texts and emails and Family Wizard. And so we use technology because there's thousands of text messages and communications between the two parties. And so we use technology to put on a case that allowed us to quickly glide through all of the evidence and to highlight the hundreds of times she said, you won't get to see your child until the court orders me to do so. And so at the end of that case, the judge granted 50-50, but gave our client the extra day, but highlighted how well we presented the evidence in trial. Because when you have binders of messages, how do you get everything in within a reasonable amount of time? So using technology to put together a concise case to be able to show the judge who the mother really was a very impactful case for me and for my firm.
That's a great example, and it kind of anticipates the question I had about what kind of technology you use. Do you remember what software or what particular application you used for that?
Adobe was instrumental with that case, navigating Adobe, making sure that instead of having just binders for the judge and for the opposing party, I had laptops so that we could go and Control F and go to the correct page number quickly. Because she said it so many times, if we would have been there for hours just trying to open the binder, turn to the page. So using technology, using Adobe, and using equipment besides the good old fashion binders is really helpful for presenting a concise case and to really highlight what the other party is doing. So it's preparation, Adobe, charts, summaries, and having the laptops there. Most attorneys don't go to court with a laptop for the witness with the laptop for opposing party. We had everything ready to go so that we didn't have to be delayed in getting out what we're trying to get out with the evidence.
It's pretty amazing how just doing a little extra can help a lot and go a long way.
Absolutely. And in that case, it did.
I also think it's interesting. This was like pre large language models and generative AI, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So great example for anyone listening or watching that you don't have to be using the latest shiny object. You could just be using Adobe and doing a find and replace or search through it to find the terms that you need.
Right. And so for that case, it was basic, but just putting the page numbers, having everything highlighted, ready to go, and then being able to go through. If you think about the time it takes to flip a million pages to get to a certain place, you waste 2 or 3 minutes doing that. If you can simply go in and control F and go to the right page. Is everybody here? Your Honor, are you there? The witness is there. It makes it to where it's really more efficient as far as putting on your case in trial.
What's one other example of an innovative practice like that that you've employed?
Calendly, setting up meetings with opposing party, going back and forth with opposing counsel. Here's a calendar link. There's no more of that back and forth game. Oh, I'm not available. Send me 3 more dates. Here's my Calendly link. Please schedule at your soonest availability, when you're available. So that's been really good, cutting down the back and forth between opposing counsel or opposing party with getting things set. I'm trying to think of, my intake, getting people onboarded, getting their information, collect pipe file, collecting the mandatory disclosures and discovery documents. My tech stack is thick. So, but there's a lot of tools out there. Whenever I'm trying to approach an issue for trial or just an issue with my business or my firm, how can we automate this? How can we make this more efficient? There has to be a better way. And so I try to look for tools to help me be more efficient in every aspect of my business.
And, I would point out that you do have a computer science background,
Yes.
but lawyers don't have to have one to employ these tools.
Not at all. The tools that we're using, it's not difficult. There's one that is a little bit more difficult, but you hire someone to build it out for you. But for the most part, Calendly, PyFile, like they're all very user-friendly, very easy, cost-efficient tools that will save you time. And what I realized, Tom, is that attorneys can be very cheap, right? They will say, I'm not going to pay $29.99 a month for that. But then they will turn around and spend 2 hours of their time doing it the longer, inefficient way versus paying the $29 and using the more efficient tool. So I've noticed that about attorneys, like I don't want to pay $19.99 a month, but it's saving you 10 hours a week. It's worth it.
Yeah, well, I completely agree with you, and I've encountered that myself uh, when it comes to, LawDroid in our business. But at the same time, it's important to have the mindset of looking at it from a business point of view. And
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. The time that you spend is worth something. And if you could spend less time on something rudimentary and mechanical like that, and more time solving the client's problems, the better.
Absolutely. And that also comes to when you come to hiring. A lot of law firm owners, they want to do it all themselves, right? They want to do everything just them. But if you hire someone, you could actually make more money and get a better rate of ROI. What's important is that, attorneys get caught up in doing everything by themselves. They don't want to pay anybody, they don't want to delegate, but that you're costing yourself a lot of money because you could make more money if you were to delegate. And so it's the same thing with automation and technology. If you just, purchase a tool and you actually set it up and use it, you will save money. And so you have to look at it as a business decision and what does it cost to do it the long, inefficient way versus what does it cost to pay the $29.99 per month and do it in a more efficient way. So I think attorneys really have to shift their mindset to get out of this. I'm going to do it all and I don't want to pay any money to get help because then you're actually going to get left behind compared to those who are willing to invest.
I completely agree. I actually took this course with Goldman Sachs it was called 10,000 Small Businesses. And their focus was teaching you how to work on your business, not in your business, implying that delegation and specialization is really the key to success.
Delegate down. It really is the key to success.
So how have these innovations impacted your practice and client satisfaction?
It's allowed me to scale my firm to where we have over 24 team members right now, all over the United States and world. It's allowed me to focus more on client satisfaction and to have more human touch points throughout the client experience. When you get bogged down with the nitty gritty of practicing law or a family law case, sometimes you lose sight of, let me just call and check in. Let me just see how they're doing. Let me send them an email, or you don't have time to do that. But when you have technology that's working for you that you're actually using, it frees you up to do so much more in your practice and to do more for your clients and to help them have a more personable experience with your firm.
Definitely that high tech, high touch, I think is really the key to law firms going forward because when you have that extra time to satisfy, the expectations of your clients, the more clients will recommend you to other people and the more likely you're going to get more business.
Absolutely. Like there's some law firms that are just against VoIP phones still. And I'm like, how? Like, how are we, like how are we, so you'd be surprised like of how people are still doing things the old way and they're hesitant to let go to embrace technology and the things that are available to us now.
So besides Calendly, are there any other tools or apps that you've used to manage your time more effectively?
Clio, I use Clio. Matter Stages has been really good. As far as legal boards is great as far as having a Kanban board and being able to see where your cases are, how to move them forward. That helps with time management as well. Besides Calendly, I'm trying to think of what else. Um, I use Asana for personal things within my household to help manage tasks. But Clio has really upped the game on their task and on their Kanban board. And if you're not with Clio, look at Legal Boards. Legalboards.io is great as well with their task and their with their Kanban board as well.
Yeah, I really love Kanban boards. I'm such a fan of that because I'm a visual learner. So being able to
Absolutely.
move things from stage to stage and feel that sense of accomplishment too is
Yes.
is very
and
helpful.
and as a business owner, I think, or as a law firm owner, sometimes we're afraid to let go because we don't know what's going on. But when you have a Kanban board and you can say, okay, well, this case has been in this stage for 90 days. Why? Or why is this case still here? Like it helps you kind of manage your anxiety of letting things go because you can still kind of keep your eyes on it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And how about that, about being a law firm owner? How does that feel to be the owner and, guide of your own destiny?
It's great. It's nothing better than it. For me, I worked at the firm, and it was cool, but it's nothing like working for yourself and creating an environment that you want to have for your business. And so the culture, our firm culture, is really important for me. I and my client experience is important, but also my employee experience is important. And so it's important to me to build a culture for my firm where people are valued, people, have flexibility, people work from home, they work remotely, where we have positive reinforcement and feedback. So it's important to me to have a great employee experience because that helps with retention and that helps them then give my clients a great experience if they're having a great experience working on our team.
It's a really great point. I mean, a happy office leads to happy clients, leads to more business, hopefully.
Absolutely. We're all involved in our reaching our goal. Every year I take my team, if we meet our revenue goal, I take our team to an international destination to celebrate. And so it's, everybody's working hard to get to the goal. It's not just my goal, it's our goal. Everybody's invested.
That's that's amazing. That's a great way to bring everyone together with a shared mission.
Absolutely.
Where did you
Absolutely.
go last year?
Cancun. So we went to Cancun for the past 3 years. This year we're looking at going to Cartagena in Colombia. So we may go there, we may not, but I want to give everybody something different besides Cancun. But Cartagena sounds like it may be a good fit for us this year.
All right, everybody listening and watching out there, if you want to go to Cartagena, go work for Conti.
And meet your goal.
Yeah, and meet your goal, most importantly. Um, well, fantastic. Like we're really happy at LawDroid to have gotten to work with you and a lot of innovative lawyers. that are really working at the cutting edge. And I'm so happy that you saw some value in LawDroid. Uh, can you share a little bit about what what we're doing for you, and what was your initial need, by the way?
So, like I said, I'm always trying to evaluate a better tool, a better system than what I currently have. So, when I came to LawDroid, I was looking for a more cost-effective solution to website chats. Um, like they were knocking me over the head with what they were charging me. Like it's like they nickel and dime you. It's I won't mention names of the companies, but they charge you per chat, they charge you per this. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, they're asking the same questions. And they were swearing up and down that, it was a live person doing the chat. And I'm like, that's making any sense. Like it's this exact same question and every single time. Like, how can we make this more efficient? And I went to CleoCon, and that's where I met you. And so you talked to me about, you have a chat bot. And I'm like, you know what? I feel like those people have chat bots and they're charging me per chat for no reason. And I'm pretty sure they do. Anywho, so I met with you. I was like, okay, great. Like your price was, way more reasonable. Like I was spending thousands of dollars in chats. Okay. That may or may not result in an actual lead or a call to the office. And so when I talked with you, you explained to me how it worked. You asked me, we went through the whole process of building out the chat bot. And now I have clients that can reach me 24/7 a day, potential clients. They can go and schedule on my website a consultation. And there's a disclaimer that says, hey, you can schedule here. We'll confirm with you the next business day in the morning whether or not we can help you based off of conflicts or either service of area where you need help. But I don't need to have an after hours line anymore. I don't have to pay thousands of dollars for people who are telling me it's a live person when I know it's really not. And I'm able, like the ROI on my chat bot with you is like paying me back hundreds of times. Like you need to raise your prices. Not yet though, but you need to raise, you need to raise your prices. Because the value, I mean, I was probably paying $2,500 some months for website chat. That's insane.
That is insane. And I do know, providers like the one that you used to use, that some of them charge, 30 to $40 per lead. And then sometimes if you get bad leads, then you have to argue with them to try to take it off the bill, which in itself is a waste of time. And that costs additional hundreds of dollars if you bill it according to your hourly rate. And then, the kind of value that you're getting, they're pretty much asking what's your name, what's your phone number, we'll have a lawyer call you back.
Right. And now I'm better because I didn't let them schedule consultations. So now with my chat bot with LawDroid, people can go on, they can see, when I'm available or when my intake team's available to get something scheduled. They fill out the forms right there. Like we're converting people faster because a lot of people they're having a crisis and they want to just being on someone's calendar the next day or the next business day is like a relief, a sigh of relief for them. And so with LawDroid, I'm able to have people sign up for consultations 24/7. And so what our process is that once they sign up, then we go through and we check conflicts. If there is a conflict, we have an automated tool. We send them a message, hey, we have to cancel, there's a conflict. So sorry, we can't help you. We wish you the best. Or if we don't service your area, hey, we don't service your area, let me refer you to another client or to another attorney in your area. That's all automated. But I'm for I am getting way more value with my chatbot than I did with any other website. And I worked with them all. I probably worked with like three or four of them. And my chat bot performs better than any of them, all of them combined.
Well, that's fantastic to hear. I'm really happy to hear that because that's, the client satisfaction that we try to reach is what you're reflecting. Um, and so what I'm hearing from you is not only did we save you money on the price, but we also went beyond the mere like robotic automation of what's your name, what's your phone number, we'll have somebody call you back, that you were able to deepen that cooperation with us and provide more value to your potential clients, learn more about your firm, learn about the pricing, learn about um, what kind of legal need that they have and how to schedule an appointment. So that is like far more value than you were able to provide initially, right?
Absolutely. And for way less money than what I was paying.
Have you gotten any feedback from clients about their experience with the chatbot, and has that been positive?
Yeah, people love it. They're able, like some people may go and schedule 10 consultations, or able to easily go and cancel one, right? But people love it. It's easy, it's user friendly, right? So it's been great, for us. And I haven't had any complaints. And people can get on our schedule like I said, at any time. Like a lot of law firms have after hour lines, and I don't need that. I have LawDroid and their chatbot on my website. So I'm converting people, right? Because with family law, it's really, it's like an emergency. Everything's an emergency. So they want to get on your calendar. And so because of your technology that I'm using, people can get on our calendar and know they can talk to an attorney, um, you know, the next day.
Would you recommend LawDroid to any other law firms?
Hands down, I recommend you all the time. I don't, if you are paying for website chats, you're paying too much, or you're not getting enough value. The value that you get with the chatbot, it's better. It's, like I'm really big on my numbers right now, and I'm able to look at my conversion rates, and LawDroid helps us convert because we're able to get to clients before law firms even wake up to respond to their leads. They're already on my calendar, right? Or my intake team's calendar. So it really, it puts you ahead of the game as far as that client experience, as far as getting back to people promptly and them feeling like you're attentive, because they're able to go on my website and schedule a consultation with my firm immediately.
So as a law firm owner and implementing all of these types of innovations to make your law firm experience for clients even better, what recommendations would you have to a lawyer looking to start their own practice?
Business coaching. You don't know what you don't know. Going to conferences. You can't just sit in your office and practice law. If you want to have an efficient firm, you have to go out and see what other law firm owners are doing, what worked, what didn't work, and make sure you fail fast. Um, for the first few years of my practice, I just really focused on practicing law. And I didn't really experience the growth until I started going to conferences and I hired a business coach. And that's what helped me kind of skip the line and jump ahead. And so I would encourage anyone who's starting a firm, don't just sit there and twiddle your thumbs. Get a business coach, go to masterminds, go to conferences, get out there and see what people are doing, and embrace technology. Don't be afraid of it.
One thing I want to make sure not to leave out is in terms of thinking outside the box and being innovative, you've done that yourself with a class or a coaching type of service that you provide for divorce clients. Is that right?
Right. So, well, what we provide is for family law firms. It's called Law Firm Mechanics. We're helping family law firms scale their firms. So we have masterminds. We have a retreat. We had a retreat in Cancun. We have mastermind events at least quarterly, where we bring together other family law firm owners. It's like 8 maximum, and we sit down for 2 days and mastermind and go through how to help you scale your firm and how to help you skip the line. So if you want more information about that, you can find us at Law Firm Mechanics. We also have a Facebook group for family law lawyers that are interested in the mastermind, and it's called Family Law Mastermind. So you can go on Facebook and join the group. But it's about giving tips and helping us all kind of grow and scale our firms without having to, fall or to fail or to fall hard, by not knowing certain information. So check us out.
That's great. And I'm really looking forward to working with you and participating in presenting the AI boot camp for family law lawyers.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you. Don't miss it. Join the group so you can make sure so you can make sure that you get the information about the AI bootcamp.
You heard it here. Be sure to join up. Um, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners about your law firm?
Um, I mean, I started out like anybody else. It was just me at first. And, I had to start hiring people, and it was scary and it was frightening, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Just, don't be afraid to delegate down, and don't be afraid to have a shift with your mindset. It's for attorneys, it's really a mindset issue. We get so stuck in our ways that we don't ever want to improve or grow. Don't be afraid to step out there. If you step out doesn't work, you can always fail fast and move on to something else. But, don't keep trying to do it all yourself. Use technology, hire people, you'll be fine, and you will scale and grow your firm.
That's great advice and great encouragement because I know so many lawyers are out there working on their own and they need to feel that.
Yeah, it's I started where you were and now I have 24 team members. So, you can absolutely do it. Just kind of change your mind, your mindset, and don't be afraid of growth.
So how can our listeners and watchers keep in touch with you and maybe sign up for that course?
Absolutely. You can reach out to me. I'm on Instagram at Attorney Conti. Law Firm Mechanics is on Instagram and Facebook as well. You can also join the Family Law Mastermind group. It's called Family Law Mastermind on Facebook. So you can join us there. And we have a lot of free tips and we help each other out. And we share information to make sure that we all grow.
Well, thank you so much, Conti, for being on Work Smarter.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having this platform. Listening to these podcasts really helped me grow. So thank you for taking a step to help other people grow as well.
So some key takeaways. Conti was able to improve her practice of law and increase her profitability by employing a high-tech, high-touch practice. Now, that strategy enabled her to free up more time for herself and for her staff to focus on meeting client expectations and satisfying them. Now, only through that approach is that possible without getting stuck in the nitty-gritty of the day-to-day and not have the additional time to see the overview and work with clients on a one-on-one basis. So I would encourage you to also employ a high-tech, high-touch strategy. And you can do that by following up with Conti. She has her own course to encourage you and coach you through how to do it. Also, LawDroid, we're here to help you work smarter. So follow up with us at lawdroid.com. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next episode.